if you want to work with the latest AI models that aren't even released as an interface in the public yet, you've got to know Git, and specifically the Git clone and Git pull, which we're going to talk about as part of the second video of this small Git series. So just like we said, Git is not GitHub, Git clone is not Git pull. Don't think of them as the same thing. The Git clone is going to be so that we can copy an existing repository that exists on GitHub. So now, as opposed to the last video, instead of going from the local repository to GitHub, we're doing the opposite, going from GitHub to the local repository. And so when we clone it, that's basically taking a copy of the repository that already exists online. To actually clone it, just use that git clone command followed by the git HTTP website that you'll find on the repository that you're trying to pull. This could be DeepSeek's GitHub that you wanted to pull and work with. And we'll see that once we've cloned it, we end up with the directory for that GitHub project, and we can even do a list all, and we'll see that we also have the Git file, which, if you remember from the last video, was tracking all the changes and what went on. So we not only have the log of current files, we also have the log of changes that were made along the way. Now, let's say that there was a change made on that repository we just pulled. We don't have to clone it anymore because we already have the copy. We would rather use a git pull to basically grab just the changes that were made and move those to our local repository, such as I just added another text file that we're going to now have to update through the git pull. So we're going to make sure that our remote connection or repository is set correctly. We talked about this some in the last video. And we can add this origin again just to make sure that it's correct still. And here, it's the same thing as when we did the git clone, except in this case, we are doing it for pulling the updates. You can see here, we pull origin main. It's very similar to when we would push origin main. We see that we have the new git updates, and it even says in the terminal how we added that new text file. Again, if we want to wrap back around and say, okay, we've went from GitHub to Git, and we want to go back again from Git to GitHub. I just added a file, went through all of the git add, which stages the file, and committed it, and pushed back to where we just pulled from.